Hey everybody, Bill in Virginia. Welcome back. So since the last time, I have got my track taped up, both on this part of the loop and then the other part that's on the far side by the garage door that we can't see from here. I have started to put some plaster on, and I put plaster on this rock face by this portal. So you can kind of see where I have added some plaster right off in this area, some here, a little bit into here, here and here, and then kind of brought it up so that this does align with here. So this face aligns with this one here aligns over here, this one here over there, sort of in a curve pattern. So a vertical rock strata that was part of a syncline or an anticline, basically a curve of rock or a valley of rock, kind of. What I've also been doing is I'm starting to paint the portal. I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday and I got some variety of colors, and it was playing, and this one seems to be the best for aged concrete. So at Hobby Lobby, it's a cream coat, and it's called Sand Dune. And I think I'm going to use this for my two portals, because the color, when it dries, it actually looks pretty good. It looks like old concrete, and that's what I'm after here. So I will finish painting this portal with this. I will take this over and I'll do the other portal that's freestanding, even though I'm not going to get to it for a while. So I've already come back in on this too with the wire brush. So once this dries a little bit, I'll be ready to break out the stains, and I can get it stained up. I will tape this off so that I'm not going over my paint with oil stains, but it should be okay. We'll see. Famous last words. But anyway, that's all I'm going to do for right now. It is late Sunday evening. I will maybe do a little bit more, and I'm thinking I'm probably gonna do a little bit more plaster work on the far side before I call it a night. But I'll get this painted up here in a little bit and then see what else I can get into. Today, you know what? I think I'm gonna start on this side a little bit. I've got this scrap piece that was left over from the center module. So this is actually the canyon, flip it around, that I did the first scenery work on the other side of the center module. So it fits into this space. It actually works where I'm wanting to do. And like I've talked about before, I was originally thinking, well, this is gonna go up. Now I'm thinking this is gonna go down. So this will actually work out. That's just a scrap piece so that I know for the end of it. And then it comes up here to where the switch is, and it stays stable coming over here, and then it'll kind of taper off and go down a little bit over to here, and then cut. That'll be okay too, because it won't be radical changes, but it can be, again, some steep hills, a little bit of cliff, a little bit of rock exposure kind of coming on down until it kind of hits over here and then starts to go back up. So that's okay. I can work with this. This is just a gentle slope here, so that'll come up. That'll be all right. So anyway, I'm going to work on that a little bit today. Get this piece done, then I can fit the foam board and other stuff in there. That way I can actually finish the basics for all of this side here this week. So there is the tunnel portal now painted. That does make it look a lot better. It's not as dark gray as it was. The only dark gray that remains is in the 1935, so I think that'll work out pretty good. I will chalk and weather it a little bit later after I get the rest of it done. But this has set overnight, so everything is hardening up. Still pretty wet, so I'm gonna let it continue to cure for a while before I do too much more. Maybe later today I might be able to stain this part, because this part is essentially done, and I can rock stain it up to this area here. That way at least this scene kind of will look finished, and then I can do the detail work, and I can call this part good. Then I can put my tree back in right down there. But anyway, more to come. So the stain has been applied, and I like how that looks. Kind of darker there on that corner, which is the effect I was actually wanting to get. Be where stuff is running down a little bit on that face. The tunnel portal came out in pretty good shape. The stain really didn't bother it too much. Looks like I got a little wiping to do yet. I'll take care of that real quick. But colors look good. Same 3 basic stain colors. So this I'll let dry, but yeah, that looks nice. I'll have to run some trains here in a little bit. Just a little bit of a distant shot showing that portal now. When that dries, it will dry to a more bland color, kind of like the others once that stain fully sets. But that looks good. That's going to be fun to watch a train disappearing into that portal now. So back over on this side this afternoon. It's still Monday, and I'm taking some vacation, so doing some stuff out in the yard and doing some stuff on the train. So I've got this piece cut to size. I've got it installed. And what I'm going to do next is I just got back from the home center. Picked up more hardboard, and I had them rip it into 2-foot wide sections. So I'm going to get the one for this end cut and fit, and then I can start doing some more. I can start to kind of tie in bits and pieces of scenery, and I'll do a little bit of plaster work a little later, but I'm having some fun. So this is a nice, relaxing, hot spring day here in Richmond. So good to be in the garage where it's cool and enjoying myself. So about mid-Monday afternoon, and I have the fascia in on this side as well. So I can come back in now, and from this area up, add filler to kind of finish that off. I will start to cut some pink foam board, add a couple of strips to kind of support pink foam board, and I can take care of this corner. Like I said, it's going to be sort of a gentle downward trend here. I can start to do a little bit of work over there as well. But this is a nice, relaxing Monday afternoon. I think I'm going to stop for a little bit and do a little work in the yard before it gets way too hot today. Just kind of a humid, muggy day here in Richmond. So making progress. Well, still Monday, later in the afternoon. So I have got the pink foam board in this corner. You'll notice a few little blobs of pink up there. I got looking at it, and it just did not look too natural for how that expanse of rock was going to play out. So I'm going to come back in, add a little bit more sculptamold to kind of build up certain areas of that, so that I get little knobs and knolls on that to kind of break up those straight lines. I think that should work pretty well to kind of keep the eye from just following that line around. So anyway, I think I'm going to be putting some sculptamold down this evening here. When I get to it, I'm going to let all of this stuff set for a little bit, let that adhesive harden. Then I can come back in and I can get everything up to the fascia. That shouldn't take too terribly long. So I haven't put any plaster down yet. I will here eventually. Well, Monday evening, and making some progress. Should be able to get the rest of the sculptamold in yet tonight. Then I think tomorrow I will start with some plaster. I'll get this area set and go from there. Well, Monday night comes to an end, and I have sculptamold added along the fascia. So I will let everything sit overnight, and then I will come back in tomorrow, and I think I think I'm going to be ready for plaster. So that's going to be some stuff I'm going to do on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, I am heading to Iowa. I'm going to go visit family, and I'm going to stop into Caboose Stop Hobbies and probably buy a crap load of stuff. We'll see how that goes. I think that might be a video as well. I'll see if they'll let me film one of my updates from the hobby shop. So anyway, more to come. Well, Tuesday morning, been out in the garage a little bit, and I got the pink foam board in on this piece. So I will get some sculptamold whipped up and get started on this. I will also, at some point here in the near future, put in the last little piece of fascia for here. To do that though, I need to actually take the layout apart, because I've got wires coming in from this side here, so I need to disconnect everything, pull that section away, pull the wires back, drill the wires in the new piece of fascia that's going to go in here, then reinstall everything, move this slightly this way. So a little bit of work to do in this area, but it'll also be a good test to make sure that everything pulls apart completely. I know I can separate it. I haven't disconnected the toggles fully, but that'll be something that I do later here. So anyway, let's get some sculptamold on and then see what else I'm going to do on this video, but probably wrap it up after the sculptamold. We'll see how long it takes. So later Tuesday morning, and I have sculptamold added to here. I have also just added a few little blebs over there. I'll make a dilute batch of sculptamold to kind of smooth over some areas that I'm not going to put rocks on. I'll do that and a few other areas there before I get started with the plaster. But I think this one is long enough, so I am going to wrap this video up. Tomorrow I travel to Iowa, so a little over 24 hours I will be at Caboose Stop Hobbies and buying a lot of scenic materials, which I will then ship back and then do other things there. So anyway, keep having fun on your layouts. Until next time.